There comes a point in every person's life when giving up feels easier than going on. When the weight of failure presses against your chest, when the voices of doubt scream louder than your dreams, and when the road ahead looks too long, too dark, too uncertain. But in that very moment, when your knees are shaking and your heart is tired, that's when you must whisper to yourself, I will not quit. You see, quitting is the easiest choice in a hard moment. It's the comfort of saying, maybe it's not for me. But the truth is, greatness was never built on comfort. Every champion you admire, every success story you've ever heard, they had one thing in common. They refused to quit. They didn't always have more talent, more strength, or more luck. What they had was the power to endure, to keep showing up when everything inside them screamed to stop. When life knocks you down, and it will, your real test begins. Anyone can move forward when things are good, but real warriors rise when the battle gets tough. You may not be the strongest, the fastest, or the most gifted, but if you decide you will never quit, you've already won half the fight. Because the moment you refuse to quit, the world has no choice but to make room for your persistence. Remember this, progress is rarely visible in the beginning. The seed doesn't sprout overnight. The mountain doesn't move after one push. But every ounce of effort, every late night, every tear shed in silence, it's building something within you. It's forging character, discipline, and resilience. You're not just fighting for a goal. You're fighting for the person you're becoming in the process. Say it to yourself when you wake up tired. I will not quit. Say it when your friends stop believing in you. I will not quit. Say it when the world doubts you, when doors close, when plans fail. I will not quit. Because every time you push through pain, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses. You build momentum, you build courage, and you build the foundation for success that lasts. You don't have to move fast. You just have to keep moving. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to refuse to give up. Even when the path seems unclear, keep walking. Even when it hurts, keep believing. Because every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your breakthrough. The truth is, quitting won't take away the pain. It only guarantees that you'll never know what could have been. But persistence, no matter how difficult, always leads to growth. The struggle you face today is the strength you'll need tomorrow. So when life challenges you, stand tall. When fear whispers that you can't, roar back that you will. When everything around you feels like it's falling apart, let your faith rise. Let your heart remember why you started. Because those who don't quit, those who endure, those who keep fighting even when the odds are stacked against them, they're the ones who change the world. This is your reminder. Your pain has purpose, your struggle has meaning, and your perseverance will not be wasted. Keep showing up, keep fighting, keep believing. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the moment you refused to quit was the moment you truly began to win. Pain builds strength. It's a truth many try to avoid, yet it is one of life's greatest teachers. No one wants to feel pain, to go through hardship, or to experience failure. But the reality is, growth does not come from comfort. It comes from resistance, from challenge, and from moments that test your willpower. Every scar, every tear, every disappointment you've ever felt has shaped you into who you are today. Pain refines you, teaches you, and forces you to discover the strength that was buried deep inside. When everything is going well, it's easy to believe in yourself. It's easy to have faith when the sun is shining and life feels light. But when the storm hits, when your back is against the wall, when you feel like everything you've built is falling apart, that's when your character is revealed. Pain strips away all illusions. It shows you what you're really made of. It challenges you to keep moving when your body says stop, to keep believing when your mind is full of doubt. And in that process, it builds strength that comfort never could. You see, the strongest people you know didn't get that way because life was easy. They became strong because they faced hard things and refused to be broken by them. They used their pain as fuel instead of a reason to quit. Every time they were knocked down, they rose a little higher. Every heartbreak, every loss, every failure, it all became part of their story, part of their power. Strength doesn't come from winning all the time. It comes from fighting through what tried to destroy you. Pain also gives you perspective. It helps you appreciate joy when it finally returns. It teaches you empathy for others because you know what struggle feels like. It humbles you, yet it also ignites something fierce inside, the will to overcome. When you understand pain, you stop fearing it. You start to realize that it's not your enemy, but your greatest ally in growth. The pressure you feel now is shaping you, molding you into someone who can handle far more than you ever imagined. Think about the people who inspire you most. They all have one thing in common. They went through something difficult and came out stronger on the other side. Pain didn't stop them. It strengthened them. And the same can happen for you. When you stop running from pain and start learning from it, you unlock a level of resilience that nothing can shake. So, when life gets tough and the road feels endless, remember this: every challenge is preparing you for something greater. Every struggle is carving out the strength you'll need for the next chapter. Pain is not here to punish you. It's here to prepare you. The very thing that hurts you today might be the reason you're unbreakable tomorrow. The weight you carry, the tears you hide, the battles you fight in silence, they all have meaning. You are being tested not to show your weakness, but to reveal your strength. So don't run from the struggle. Embrace it. Let it shape you. Let it teach you who you are and what you're capable of. Because in the end, pain doesn't destroy you. It defines you. The fire you walk through today will become the light that guides you tomorrow. And one day, you'll look back at the moments that once hurt the most and realize they were the ones that built your strength. That's the power of pain. It doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you unstoppable. Persistence defines greatness. It's not the natural talent, luck, or perfect timing that creates champions. It's the unshakable will to keep going when everything seems to be falling apart. Persistence is what separates those who only dream from those who actually achieve. It's the quiet strength behind every victory, the invisible force that turns effort into excellence and failure into growth. Every great person you've ever heard of, from inventors to athletes, from leaders to visionaries, had moments when they felt like giving up. But what made them different was not that they never failed, it was that they refused to stop trying. They kept moving forward when no one believed in them. They pushed through the nights of doubt, fear, and disappointment. They understood one simple truth: persistence is the bridge between desire and success. Think about it. Anyone can start strong when things are easy, when the path is clear, when motivation is high. But the real test begins when the excitement fades, when progress slows, and when the road becomes uncertain. That's where persistence becomes your greatest weapon. It's what keeps you moving when your body is tired and your mind is filled with doubt. It's what whispers, "Just one more try," when your heart says, "I'm done." The truth is, persistence doesn't mean you'll never fall. It means you'll always rise again. Every failure, every setback, every no is simply a lesson, not the end of your story. The people who reach greatness are not those who never stumble, but those who learned how to stand back up after every fall. Because every time you rise, you grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's next. Persistence is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't see the results yet. It's about trusting the process, believing that your hard work will pay off, and knowing that small steps eventually lead to big victories. The mountain may seem impossible to climb at first, but if you keep moving, one step at a time, you'll reach the top. There will be days when you feel invisible, when your efforts go unnoticed, and when quitting feels easier than trying again. But remember, persistence doesn't need recognition to keep going. It doesn't depend on applause or approval. It's a fire that burns within you, fueled by your purpose and belief in yourself. The greatest reward for persistence isn't always the success you achieve. It's the person you become along the way. Every obstacle you overcome strengthens your spirit. Every challenge you face prepares you for the next one. And when you finally reach your goal, you'll realize that it wasn't luck or talent that got you there. It was your determination, your patience, and your persistence. So when life gets tough, stay strong. When progress feels slow, stay consistent. When the world doubts you, keep believing. Because persistence will take you places motivation never could. It's not about how fast you go, it's about never stopping. The moment you choose to keep going, even when it's hard, you're already on the path to greatness. Persistence defines greatness because it turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It transforms potential into power, dreams into reality, and effort into legacy. Keep pushing forward, no matter how many times you fall, because your persistence will one day be the proof that you were destined for greatness.